Good morning, everyone, and welcome to January 5th, 2026. Turns out that I am actually getting an opportunity to stream today because Dallas is doing his long run on the treadmill. The original plan was we were going to go into Calgary, but it's really fucking cold. And he's like, I can't even keep my water warm right now. So here we are at home. I'm not complaining because it means that I'm like able to come stream, and we're going to work on the Stitch and Go case today. So that's what's laid out here. His run is about 2.5 hours, so we'll see how long. We get. I'm just doing my duty of the post onto Instagram. Thank you to everyone who joined me yesterday for the Cambridge bags. Those bags are a full go. I will, I will definitely be putting those into production. Just double checking who actually makes the Stitch and Go case, because I also need the pattern anyway. And then I was chatting with Caroline last night about like what the Aberdeen versus the Dundurn and stuff like that, and she agrees. So we're just gonna go. Okay. What? Sazy makes. Alright, let's see how this stitching goes. Dahlia is like, we were out at the top of the elves and I were at the top of the stairs chatting, and I opened the basement door because like, hey, I'm gonna go. And she was like coming up the stairs and like not super creepy, but her little eyeballs were like full yellow from the like reflection and everything like that. It was like, ooh. All right. The link is posted. Now we gotta swap. Yes, because obviously we need to swap the thread for the bobbin and the overhead. I need to wind the next bobbin, so we're going to leave that there as is. And then, yeah. We also need to order some gunmetal D-rings. I'm also wondering if I should do also thank you for all the new subscribers. Like I went from like 799 to 804 over the last few days, so yay, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, anyway, we need some hardware and a couple things I need to order sooner rather than later. Like I'm gonna wait to do the number 5 zippers until after we're back from Japan, because then I can kind of do like the general color theming. But I do need some like other things like gunmetal D-rings. What I'm wondering is if I should invest in some 3/4 inch like strap hardware and stuff like that. I'll probably do a little bit, not much, because we don't do a lot of 3/4 inch straps, but I do think that this Cambridge needs that smaller strap and things like that. So that is something we'll do. Okay, the black goes away because this is getting all stitched in white. It's way too light a fabric for a black thread. Who knew? Get in there. Oh, why do I have metallic thread in here? That should be on the thread stand. So what rolled away from me because I was like messing around with stuff? Oh, a blue one. The blue makes sense at least because I was using that the other day. Dahlia, I'm sorry, honey. I love you, but you need to go in your tower there. Thank you. And she's like, no, not my tower. How dare you? And I still didn't grab the white thread. It's like, that's what I went in the drawer for, and I still didn't grab it. Little template piece for the spring roll. Anyway, for the way that cut and sewed, I will definitely be doing some of the Cambridge before or for the anniversary pop-up with Caroline. And then we have the crochet retreat as well the following weekend. Okay, I totally opened these blinds because I was trying to dry out the windows, but it's way too fucking cold for that. So let's close these. And yeah, like I'm in wool socks, big sweater, full pants, tank underneath the sweater. So, okay, there we go. Okay, I need to get my phone and put it into work mode because otherwise I'm just going to be distracted this whole time. There we go. Okay, we're threading the machine, threading the machine, thread the machine, the machine, machine. Thread the machine, 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 machine. Thread my sewing machine so we can get the sewing done, 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 Okay. Yay, threaded. Mubbin thread through. I am going to get my caffeinated beverage because I had a coffee this morning, but apparently, excuse me, apparently it's time for another something at least. Okay. We need to get a bunch of the cake cozies finished before the crochet retreat as well. That can definitely be a later thing. I gotta trim them down. That's where I'm at with them right now. Stitch and go. Okay, so rather than squinting at my phone, we're gonna have this instead. So fuse interfacing, we've done that. Okay. Quilt, we're not quilting. Okay, we need to bind all the floss pockets first. So I'm going to I gotta grab the cut sheet that we had yesterday because that had notes about, because I'm pretty sure the floss pockets were binding with, no, we're just doing it. Okay, cool. And it's like, in the pattern, she's calling for it to be cut down, but we're not going to do that. We're going to do, we're just going to go off the roll with the binding, because there's no point otherwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Slip one of the binding pieces over the long edge. Clip in place with binding clips. Should I? 100%. Am I? Probably not. Now, I did decide, typically you do these in like a nicer fabric. I decided to do it in this more plain stuff. Because this is going to be what's against a Japanese fabric pattern piece. So that's where I'm at with it. I am going to go with a little bit longer stitch length. Oh, okay, fine. We'll clip the binding. I am going to go with the longer stitch length because we're going through vinyl. More holes you put in vinyl, kind of same as leather. The like more holes there are in the vinyl, so. Well, the nice thing about this pre-made is it should be made in such a way that I caught both sides of that. No, I did not. Look at that. Oh, traitor. Okay, so we're going to do... All right, so this is the learning curve with some of these things, right? It's like, all right, where do you sew? You apparently can't sew that close to this edge. Yay. But with this one, we'll just do a second. We won't do it on the rest of them, But with this one, like, I'm not going to seam rip it out because, again, yeah. Oh, my goodness. And now the thread's popping out. Dramaticus machinicus. Just like the cat. It was Dramaticus flopicus over Christmas. He was like Flynn. The orange boy was like completely flopped out in front of the Christmas tree over Christmas. And it's like, you feeling deprived, like attention deprived or something, buddy? You got 2 kids here that would adore you. Okay. So what we're going to do, there is a side that's like a little bit shorter. So we will sew from the little bit shorter side because that's going to help, in theory, make sure that everything gets caught. And these are the floss pockets, so we want to make sure that they do get caught so that, because you're going to be pulling, like, in theory, this will be where the vinyl floss, like, gets pulled in and out of consistently. Dahlia, why are you scratching my chair, buddy? Please don't scratch my chair. It's also why you don't want too big a seam though either, because it's like then it's going to get in the way of the little floss packets. Skein, like ball things that, yeah. The things you wind the skeins onto. I don't even know what they're called actually anymore. The little cardstock things though. I should find out if someone can make me some like if I'm doing this, I should find out if someone can make me some like acrylic 3D cut, like laser 3D printed like bobbins. Actually, I have seen other people do them and they're super cute. So I'm like, could be wood, could be plastic, would be cute. And I'm pretty sure my brother-in-law could do that. Oh my goodness, come on. It's like, is this, okay, let's just open this up. Foot off the pedal so I don't randomly step on it. And pull this in. Because here's the thing. This makes sense to chain piece. There we go. Go. Good morning to whoever's joining. Thank you for joining. We are on bright and early because Felix, that's no one's name that's here right now. Dallas is on the treadmill right now for his run. We were supposed to go into Calgary so he could run it outside, but it's like still, yeah, it's still minus 14. Ugh. And he can dress for that weather, but his water freezes. So, and it's also like, that's a lot of cold air to go through your nose in the next like 2.5 hours. So he's on the treadmill in the garage instead, which means I got to stay home and do this. Okay. So the one issue I'm running into here is just opening up the binding. Because, you know, why wouldn't I have issues with that, right? There we go. But kids are back at school. We were all very ready for them to be back at school. I'm like, the way this Christmas break went, I'm like, are we going to be capable of homeschooling? I think we will, because it's a little bit like, that will just be the norm. But my goodness, although I was talking with a mom about it, I was like, I am so excited for them to go back to school. And I'm like, I feel kind of bad because like I was so excited for break and then everything went to shambles. And I'm like, and she's like, yep, did not live up to expectations. I'm like, okay, I'm glad it's not just me. Like the actual recovery from Christmas took way more out of me than I thought it was going to. And like although at the same time then I'm very glad that we did come down and I actually got the studio reset before the new year, because my God, I'd be upset if I hadn't reset it by this point. Because my goodness, does it ever feel good to just come down and go straight to sewing? All right. So there is all the floss pockets with their top binding. Now we can just trim them in between. If you're like, Katie, this looks very plain. It is with purpose. We've got to do, these will be sewn onto the thing down here. There we go. Okay, that is one of the smoothest binding applications I've had ever. Usually I am fighting with them far more than that, which is why I went with the pre-made stuff. Trim any excess. Okay, no. Yes, there's like 1/8 of an inch, but we're following instructions. Following instructions, following instructions, doon 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 doon. Following instructions, following instructions, following instructions. Following instructions, following instructions, doo doo doo. I just realized I do actually have a parcel that needs to go out. Oops. Okay. First, bound vinyl pocket on the pocket front. Okay, so the pocket front here is going to be the flat, smaller piece of the Japanese fabric, I think. Okay, where's the cut info? Yeah, okay, it's this one, I think. Let's just, we're gonna confirm. Yep, okay. Based along the two sides and bottom. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. This is not like a super directional fabric, but I do feel like it needs to go that way. Like, stuff is going both directions, but this way does make more sense. Okay. That from the top, correct? Let's just double check that. Pocket front. Okay. I might cheat a little bit here to make this faster, and I might actually put all the vinyl in, and then we'll do the basting stitch all the way down. And then we can, like, okay, that does need to scoot a little bit this way. There we go. And are you level all the way across? Maybe? Maybe? Yeah. Good. Good. On. 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 I feel like that's a lot of clips. Yeah, actually it is compared to what we normally do. Okay. Up from the bottom edge. Oh, okay. Placement line, base of first pocket. Oh, okay. So they get stacked. Interesting. I haven't done that sort of thing before. Okay, so actually we want this on this side so that we can actually see what the fuck we're doing. Okay. And then where is that supposed to line up with? Second pocket in place. Okay, so the... Oh, I see. Okay, so the base here, and then this lines up with the 3/8 mark. Okay. Okay, cool. We can do that. And then make sure that they're even on both sides. That's the big thing right now. Okay, so that's the base of it, and then measure up. Good. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I went with the, like, very kind of generic stuff, like the pre-made, because actually I'm really enjoying seeing the pops of the, like, Japanese fabric behind there. It's cute. Okay. Concentration, because obviously if I breathe wrong, it's going to move it. No, I know it won't, but still, it would be annoying. Okay. Just kind of, there we go. If there's excess vinyl now, what I'll do is I'll just, it's fine, right? So that's the thing. Okay, it looks like this one is actually right at the bottom then. Cool. Okay. So far, all my measurements are matching up to where they're supposed to as well, which is always fucking amazing. Oh, shit. I can't do it this way because you have to... I'm going to do this and be clever and, like, chain piece them all in place. But you can't because I got to stitch the bottoms. Fuck. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, well. At least I realized it before I put that last one on, I guess. I don't know. Okay. We are we basting? Basted. Okay, so we're going to do a very, wait. Ooh, okay, but if I baste them, the sides basting the sides makes sense. Okay, I see, but she's got it at a short stitch length. Okay, but because I'm like, the bottom of the pocket, we're forming the bottom of the pocket right now, so I have to do that. Okay. Okay, one more stitch. Right on that very edge. Okay, there we go. Why are you buckling? Okay, we're gonna throw the Teflon foot on here and see if that helps, because it shouldn't be buckling. Yeah. Okay. I can't tell if it's the feed dogs freaking out about the interfacing or the foot freaking out about the vinyl. But really the only thing I can change is the foot. Okay. It should be right here. Oh, I wonder. It's never mind, right here. I was like, it should be up in the bucket. It's not in the bucket, it's down here. Ooh, I have a points card down there. Ooh, I wonder if that's an expiry date or a start date. I should put that in my travel wallet. It's for the okonomiyaki place I like in Japan. Okay. Get in there. Thank you. Yeah, and there's no real way to like hack this. Although actually well, kind of, but not really. Not good enough for me to like depend on. Okay. Let's see if this one installs less warbly. Which way am I going? This way. Okay. Let's see if this works better. Except that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's just scoot this over. There we go. Okay, it was a bad combo of the machine, the feed dogs don't like the interfacing, and the foot doesn't like the vinyl. So, if you don't have a fancy Teflon vinyl foot, just throw a piece of tape underneath the foot, like on the bottom of it, and it'll work. Basically, you just want to get it so that the it's not sticking to the vinyl. That's what's happening. All right, there's definitely some overlap of the binding, or of the vinyl, but we will trim that down after we get all these sewn on. There's still a little bit of a crinkle, but nowhere near as bad as it was, because it actually sewed in this time. Haha. Oops. Okay. I'm just gonna scoot this all around so I know that I'm not like missing anything here. One moment. Go. Cool. Okay, that's a good spot for it on this side. Even it up on this side. Supposed to be basting these closer to the edge, so let's get closer to this edge. Whoops. Oh well. I swear I was closer. One more. It is really tempting to pop a couple of those stitches and redo a little bit of that stitching, but I'm like, at the same time, I don't, again, we don't want to put more holes in the vinyl. So, la, 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 I guess. La, 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 la. miss some of the vinyl. We miss some of the vinyl. We're gonna go again. Just above the last stitch line. I was going too fast. Damn it. It's gonna be a way nicer stitch line as it is. Yay! And there's no buckling because I took the clip out at the right time. Woo! We're actually, when we went out for coffee today, we were chatting about I was like, we weren't going to pack until Dallas was like, not the next set home, but the set afterwards. And I was like, wait, nope. With how it goes and like everything, we should at least like lay everything out so that if we need to pick anything up, because we're going to be gone for quite a while, like for both us and the kids, especially Dallas though, because we did just pare down our whole closet. It's like, then we have time. If we need underwear, we can go get underwear. If we need like a couple more shirts so that we're going to pack, I think, basically like we're going for 2 weeks. And then our hotel in Osaka has laundry. So that makes it nice and easy. So we can just pack basically like a 2-week trip with some extra. And it's also good because it's like, then we don't have to worry about stinky ass running clothes being in our luggage. So that's good. But yeah, I was just like, no, we should do that next week so that we got time, like in case there's anything we need to go pick up or thrift or whatever. I want to try and shift us more towards the thought process of thrifting, except for like, I don't know, not underwear, which might be the point that Dallas needs, actually. I don't know. I might need some because a lot of mine's wearing out now, too. I'm like, damn it. Well, I'll lose the rest of this weight before I have to go buy new underwear. All right. There is that side, I think, mostly ready. We definitely have some trim down to do of the vinyl on this side. That will be the bound side as far as I remember as well. Okay. Pockets will have, and there should be a gap at the bottom, and I think we are exactly even on the gap, at least. Or like extremely close. Excellent. Okay. And then start from the right side and measure this direction so that we can do okay, so we're making the floss pockets and then we assemble the pocket and then we're going to bind this side. So I'll wait to trim down the vinyl until after we've done the that's really annoying right there. Okay, it's okay. That's why this is the prototype. Okay. Okay, she has out her like big ruler and that is a fantastic idea. Good morning. We are currently working on the Stitch and Go case by What Sazy Makes, I think is what the thing is. So we're working on getting the pockets put in. Now she says an air erasing marker would be a good idea, and I agree. Although I think, I might have one left. Phew. Okay, so I'll have to make a trip to Osaka for these guys. Or like that'll have to be part of one of the trips. Okay. Starting from the right side, we measure in from the outside. Okay. The amount that we need. So that is that. And then we need 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then I'm going to mark it on all the binding pieces just because. And then we're good. Okay. And then Repeat this on the left-hand side. Okay, we can do that. We'll flip this though because this is a 3.5 inch ruler, and so I don't want to have to deal with the 1/2 inch mark math. Pivot in, pivot out, pivot in. Okay. So there's 15 pockets, and I'm supposed to be able to have 20. So, and then it is measure in from one of the markings. Okay. Okay. Good. 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 Okay, everything looks even still. Even and straight. Okay, and is that 2 inches from this one? No, it is not. Really? Okay. How big is that gap then? Because realistically what I can do is I can just split it. Although that's probably what it's supposed to be then. Although why isn't it like, that's 2 inches, so why isn't it 2 inches from each side? Right? Okay, did I measure this correctly? La 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 la. 2 3/8. Yep. Ooh, I didn't get it right on this side. I went 1/8 of an inch over, which does, in this case, make a massive fucking difference. Okay, so we need to go 1/8 of an inch less. That is what the E was back and forth about, but apparently I still messed it up. And although at the same time, that is where the marking is. Okay, well, we'll just do that. I don't think it's going to completely fix. Okay, so the further left one is the one we want. Okay. And then we want a 2 inch mark from there, which does put us closer to going in half on these. Okay. Okay, and then how close is that on this one then? It's 1/8 of an inch off. Okay, I'm fine with that. Good. Now I just gotta make sure I actually sew these straight. Okay, starting at the top pocket, sew a straight line all the way to the bottom. Makes sense to me. Let's do it. Alrighty. And only backstitch at the top, which also makes sense. Oh, I know what I want to do while I'm doing these straight. I want to wind the next black bobbin so that when it's time to wind the white bobbin, the black thread is done. Okay. Oh yeah, I want to do this from the top on all of them because otherwise I'm going to mess that up. I was like, I'll start from the bottom here. Nope. No, I will not. Oh boy. Okay. I guess the other part of this is that to actually like show what these are for, I'm gonna have to get some prop. Like I cross stitch, but I don't know if I've got enough thread wound to show these. Going against all my instincts to not top stitch those pockets, but oh well. Makes sense not to. It's just annoying not to. Okay. There we go. Oh, okay. I thought Flynn was like over there, like going for a hairball or something like that, but no, he's just cleaning himself in a box, and so it's like rasp, 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 rasp. Not a sound you ever want to hear coming out of your cat. It looked like he was like, whatever, it's okay. He's fine. He's just grooming. No need to panic. We're all good. He's safe. Okay, look at that. So that is the floss pockets done. There's a little bit of a warble there, but that's mostly because the pocket warbled with the crunching up on the thing here. Now I was like, I don't have enough skeins, but I totally do because I have my set from my, A, I have my grime guard, and B, I have the set from my, Satsuma Street that I'm doing right now. Oh, and apparently it's a pair of snips too. Okay, I've got them. I've only got, oh God. Yeah, and this is why you want a case, is because everything is a disaster. I should stitch this again. It was fun. I'm having a hard time doing stuff with my hands after I've like worked all day or like, yeah. And then just the mental energy sometimes with the kids around, which is what I was looking forward to with like this whole Christmas break, was just like having chill time with them, but it just, that was not it. There we go. Okay, so they fit in that one. Good. They fit in here. They're snug, but you don't want them to be loose either, right? So works for me. Good. The outer ones are a little bit bigger. That's fine, whatever. They're probably going to get stitched down when I like, yeah, later. Yeah, those are actually like put together based on color families. Yeah, I've got all my stuff in there. I should actually use them. Okay, anyway, so I wanted to make sure that the floss skeins fit in there because what's the point otherwise? Okay. Then we place them together and we bind it, which I'm pretty sure this is another binding that is I think we're doing another plain binding for this one. I'm just trimming down trying to trim down just the vinyl here because it is a little bit overlapped, which is fine. Just we don't want excess in the seam, basically. Okay. Then we're taking this piece and we're putting it wrong side up. And this is why I had to like figure out what we were doing plain and what we were doing not plain and blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then we're going to bind it with no, this is something that we're binding with this. Okay, cool. I think this is the only thing that we are binding with this. Excellent. Or, well, no, we're binding the vinyl pocket too, I guess. Okay. Now, should I be pressing this with a freaking thing? 100%. Are we going to? No. Man, I have been snacky all day today already. Okay. Sweet. There is the binding made, essentially. Yes, I could press it or I could like, but whatever. Okay, and then, so that's right side. They're wrong sides together, just like they're supposed to be. I'm gonna just tap them together, and then what we're going to do is we're just gonna slip this in here and like clip it as we go. Is there a more professional way to do this? 100%. Am I professional? Sometimes. Definitely not a professional binder. Oh, it is cute though. I'm glad we went. I'm glad I didn't go plain on this at least. Okay, I'm going to stitch it from top to bottom, just because then if there's any stretch, it gets pushed to the top a little bit because there is excess on the bottom here. That's fine. Just that'll be a little bit better, I think. Okay, and all our edges mostly match. Woohoo! Okay, let's get this now. Okay. Stitch there. Okay. And then she wants me to baste the remaining 3 using a larger seam allowance. Okay. Can do. And this is what I don't like about binding. Feels like no matter what you do, it always is trying to like slip away. Could I hand stitch it? Yes. Am I going to? No. Could I have stitched it down and then done the front? Yes. Am I going to? No. Yeah, we caught it in one fell swoop though, so we're good. Okay. Okay, there we go. And then, oh yeah, and then she wants me to baste around the whole thing, which makes sense because we just put the lining, like the pocket, in the back here. Okay, let's do it. Meow. What's up, man? And then if that's, I think that should be everything on this side. Set aside. Sweet. So I'm going to trim down this base, this binding here. A little bit of this as well. Binding on this side. And there's our floss pockets. Sweet. Okay. Floss pockets. Ready. Making the vinyl zip pocket. Okay, I'm going to set it over here. I'm pretty sure a lot of this is actually for the vinyl pocket. Oh, I don't have zippers yet. Okay. Hi, cat. How are you? Okay, we just need a shorty zipper. Yeah, I've got a box of like shorter zippers down here, and actually this would be a good color with this one, I think. Yeah. Okay, so we're cutting it down so that's a certain length. and then binding it. Should be it. Yep. Cool. And then oh, was I supposed to cut 2 binding pieces and I only cut 1? 2 zipper tabs. Oh no, I cut. Okay, I just gotta cut this in half. So what is she saying? To make the zipper tabs, fold one short end over by that. Press. Oh, okay. Cool. Nothing super fancy. It only binds it on like one side. Works for me. Okay, and then we just although it's like at the same time. Okay, well I guess place the folded edge towards the middle of the zipper and stitch in place. So I'm going to assume that I align this up right here. Is it longer or shorter? It's the same length as the vinyl. Okay, so why are we... Okay. In other words, I'm going to do this then, because it's got to be the same length. Okay. Weird. Weird. I don't like it. Oh well, here we go. I guess it looks better, but like you can just put the zipper in. Oh, whatever. It's cute, I guess. Sometimes I don't quite understand the use of zipper tabs, I guess. That's on me. Okay. And then I guess maybe I trim down, I'll trim down the zipper. Oh no, that still doesn't make sense though. I guess, yeah, because we don't want it to sew, we don't want to be sewing it into the binding seams, I guess is what it's at. So I trim it down a bit more. Like to the, there we go. To basically where we've done the fold over seam. All right, what time is it? Good. Almost noon. I'm supposed to go check on Dallas around, I think, 12:30. Just make sure he's still running. Okay. Take one of the binding strips and place it on the long edge of the vinyl. Clip and stitch. Okay. There we go. Where is that piece of vinyl? It's right here. Phew. Okay. There's a little cat in the box on this one. It is so fucking adorable because it's ended up on top. Oh my god. Sorry, y'all. I know there's a lot of like dead air, but it's concentration required. This is part of why I hate having to bind. Binding sucks. Because the other part of this is, okay, so yes, you could press it before you use it, but then you always risk like burning your fingers off and shit. So, the less I have to deal with tiny things with an iron, the better. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay, stitch. Okay, I'm supposed to stitch it. I was like, wait, am I supposed to also be putting the zipper on right now? But no, we're good. We're going to stitch it on this side first, and then we'll go in and we'll sew the zipper on. Apparently. As per instructions. That's what I hate about binding. Okay. It's all wonky. Binding sucks. It really sucks. Okay, with zipper right side up and zipper pull on the left-hand side. Final piece just below the zipper teeth and stitch with 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Okay. Will do, can do right now. I'm going to leave a little bit more room than that. Yeah. Okay, zipper down, or needle down. Zipper pulled, and then make sure this is the same width. Okay, next time, make sure that I don't trim down the zipper tabs until after I've sewn the zipper into the pouch. It's fine, but it could be annoying. Okay. Stitched it. Stitched it. It has been stitched. Okay. Zipper teeth. Our zipper is into the vinyl pouch. Yay. Place both vinyl pocket. Oh, okay. Yep. Gotcha. Okay, so which one is the vinyl? The vinyl pocket was larger or smaller? Larger. Okay. That's the slip pocket. That's the vinyl pocket. Switch. Okay. Place both vinyl pocket fabric pieces wrong sides. Okay, and then lay this on top. This whole little package. Okay. And then it's going to get bound with the binding. Stoof. There we go. Okay, and then this is going to go over top and cap it, basically, which is super cute. Okay, that is not well aligned at the top, so we're going to line it up there. Good. And then we're going to do the binding. The binding. Okay. Gonna fold it into middle of itself. Of itself. Do 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 do. Boom boom boom. Then we fold the other side. We're gonna fold it all together, then we'll press all at once. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Pop it over top of everything here. Doom doom doom. Clip. Doom doom doom. Clip. Doom doom doom. Clip. Doom doom doom. Clip. Clippity clip. Hell yeah, that's actually looking really good. Okay, there we go. That works. Okay. It's not, actually no, it doesn't quite work because it's not all the way to the side. There we go. That's what I want. Okay, you get in there. Thank you. Okay, sweet. So that's a super cute little vinyl pocket. Okay. Trim the bottom part so that it, and then baste it. Ooh, okay. Sense actually that we had to trim it down because yeah, this would be makes sense. Dun, 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 dun. Makes sense. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. All right, and then baste around the thing with a larger seam allowance. Okay, done. Larger compared to what we've been using for the rest of the project, obviously not longer or whatever. Excess interfacing that's here and the binding that's there. There we go. All right, set aside. Yay. Next, place the slip pocket pieces right sides together. I think they already are. Sew along the two longest edges. Okay. Come here. There we go. With a, okay. Good. Now we're going to do it this way. Right here. out of bobbin thread. Woo-hoo. Boop, 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 boop. Woo-hoo. Okay, at least that was like after we had done the stitch instead of in the middle. I always appreciate that sort of thing. It's like a lot of times I'd start the next line and it'd be like, yeah, now we're out of thread. And it's like, really? You couldn't have just like ran out on the last one or something? No, I can't. Okay, but we do have to swap out the actual bobbin thread now for winding. All right. Oh, right, the bobbin case is already out because we just did the bobbin onto the bobbin winder. There we go. Okay, Dallas is still alive. Now, pull the bobbin thread up because that's what needs to happen next. Good. Okay. Turn, press, and top stitch along the top only, and then position the wool felt in a place that pleases me, and stitch down. Okay, cool. I can do that. So this will be like for the needles and stuff like that. And if you wanted, you could put a needle minder here too. Right there? No, that's going to end up being stitched into the side. Right there. All right, now we assembled the left side pocket. And this is the one where it's a piece of white fabric because we have so much of the Japanese fabric going on. Okay. Line up the vinyl zipper pocket parallel to the bottom edge. Okay. Can do. Look at that. We just did it. Based around. Okay, and then we don't sew across here because that's actually another pocket. There's so many pockets in this bag. It's actually freaking awesome. Case? It's a case, not a bag, I guess. Still, that's a lot of pockets. All right, baste it again. basting, we're basting, we're basting, 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 we're basting, we're basting, we're basting, 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 we're basting all the things together. Basting all the things together, all the things that need to be basted together. Trim it down so the edges match. 'Cause binding is a pain in the ass. It just gets worse if it's like got an overhang. And that's pretty good. I'll trim down the vinyl though. Alrighty. Good. Right, and then place the slip pocket above the zip pocket. Done. A measurement above. Okay. Good. Oh, she actually does do a divider. I'm not going to do one, I don't think. Place, and then okay, baste the two sides. And then since I'm on construction length, not basting length, we'll sew the bottom as well while we're at it, because why not? Okay. Good. Coolio, coolio. Na, 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 na. I'm apparently supposed to have one more binding piece. Oh shit. Oh, I think I decided that. Did I? Oops. Oh, I think I was supposed to use. Ah, okay. I misused the binding piece. I used it on the vinyl pocket side, and I was supposed to use it on this side. Yeah, it's okay. Whatever. Next time. Not actually trimming down the lining piece. I'm trimming down the not lining piece. Okay. Baste around the 3 remaining edges. But there's no lining piece. What am I doing here? What? Or is it just getting bound? But that's weird because then this is left unfinished. What? Am I supposed to have another piece of... Yep, I'm supposed to have another piece of white fabric probably. Okay, do I have another piece in here? No, that's all the... La 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 la. That's okay. I was wondering why I had so much excess fabric yesterday. That's probably why. Okay, let's go get a piece. One more piece. Remember, I was like cutting it out, and then I was like, what is going on here? There's so much extra. Okay, well, the nice thing is that it's already interfaced, and I just need to cut it. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. It was meant to be, because it was meant to be. I just missed my directions yesterday, apparently. Okay, let's see. I think that's Is it interfaced all the way around? If I do it this way, it's for sure interfaced all the way around. Sounds good to me. Now, I need to also, so the next makes, I could go with some of my whips, or I could cut some of the, like, Dundurn. Or not Dundurn, we're going to do Aberdeen, which is, like, it's got a nicer silhouette. It feels less informal than the Dundurn. The Dundurn's, like, leather handles being so floppy actually bothers me when I look at it, compared to this Aberdeen. So we're going to go with the Aberdeen, which has an optional crossbody. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So now this will get the pre-made. So the other one is supposed to get the pre-made, not this one, but whatever. We're prototyping. Cute. That's cute on either side, to be honest. And if I can cut it so that I can get, like, the both binding strips out of, obviously, the one, I will. But it didn't work in this case. It's nice to have the contrast a little bit, though, too. So, like, I'm not actually mad about it. Like, truly not mad. Okay. Baste around the remaining edges with a 1/4 inch seam. Really? Oh, I guess because I'm basting on this pocket now. Okay. Do. You'd think with a straight binding I would be fine, but apparently we are not. Okay, get in there. Fuck me. Not in the fun way. Okay. Throw a clip there. I see you buckling down at the bottom. We'll fix you soon. Okay. Just like this, ever so slightly short. Okay. And then this needs to actually be slammed in here better too. Good. That's better. Ah! Jesus criminy. Okay. Get on there, because you are where we're starting, so I can't put a clip there. Blook. Okay, let's go. You, like, stay the fuck under, please. Thank you. I hate binding. It always seems to thwart me. Binding's the worst, and I really don't know if I want to get better at it. It's fine, I guess, but it didn't get caught all the way down. So now I gotta go stitch it again, 'cause I really hate having to do a bounce. Like, seriously. What is going on? All right. Now we need to baste around the other 3 sides. We're almost done. Except that I have to bind the whole exterior. That's gonna be something. Yay. Okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to have a break for a washroom and a snack because I am hungry. I need to pee. And then we'll come back and I will finish up the binding afterwards so that I'm not quite so cranky about it. Because right now I'm just cranky. Cranky pants. But it's like, so this is what it's going to look like. Here's the 2 pockets. It's going to go on a white background. And then the exterior is going to be Japanese fabric. And then we'll bind it and it'll be done. So like we're almost there. And because I think it's like, la 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 la. Okay. And then, yeah, because you put it on the lining like this. And then we have to baste everything in place. So this actually needs to be trimmed down and, or at least squared up with that after we baste it. And then this side will go on this side like this. Yeah, so far so good. Everything fits like it's supposed to. Whee! There we go. Whee! And then we'll run a stitch around the whole thing. And then I need the elastic on the left hand side. And then we do them wrong sides together and baste them again and then sew, yeah, and then we sew the binding like you would traditionally sew a quilt binding. Cool. Okay, we're super close. I'm gonna go to the washroom and, like I said, snack girl time. I'll be back in a few minutes. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Snack has been consumed. Apparently I should have had some water with it. Okay. I'm good? I'm good now. Who knows? 15 seconds from now, I'll probably have a coughing fit. We are 2 steps away. We have to put, well, this is already done. We need to baste it, bind it, and then we're done. Oh no, and then we got to throw the elastic in. Excuse me. Or we could do like 2 lengths of ribbon fabric or binding and stitch in place in the same place and repeat on the right hand side. Okay, so we want ribbon. Or do we want, ribbon would be really fucking cute. Elastic will hold it in place better. But then I have to sew a button on. Well, I got lots of cute buttons. I'm like, where is... Yeah, I'll just use elastic this time. Okay. Brr, it's like, even with my space heater on, it is cold down here today. Delia's all like, I agree. I am so comfy in my cat tree right now. Right now. Okay. Actually did order skip today because it was like, Dallas is like, I want a spicy chicken sandwich. I'm like, all right, because that's what he likes after his long runs. So nah, leave it alone. It's not for you. Very much not for you. It's like Flynn's after the cheese on the cracker plate. Like the little bit left, of course. Okay, we are going to throw some clips in this because that will make this easier. Well, in part, actually, I think I might sew it from the... No, we shouldn't sew it from the back because then we'll get track marks on the vinyl from the feed dogs. And by the way, this little cat holder is from Mr. Snap That. If you're looking for a cute little like sewing desktop bowl. I like it because it's got the like stuff on the side to hold all the accessories and everything like that. So like realistically that should go back in there. And it holds like a good amount of clips for this amount of work. So rather than always having to like have my bin handy, I guess. Where is the bin right now? See, this is the problem of it. Now I've cleaned up and it's like, okay, where's all the stuff? Actually, that is a very good question. Is where did the clip bin go? Ah, shit. Of course. Okay, well, we'll find out later. Don't worry about it now. Clip everything together instead. Focus on the task. So we get it done, get it done, get it done, get it done. So I'm thinking for the 31st, so we have got 2 events before I head to Japan. We've got Ancient Arts Yarns and we have the Crochet Retreat. So I've mentioned the Crochet Retreat is like, it's good, but things sell differently. So I think that we're going to focus in on some of the smaller things like the cake cozies. Cake cozies and a couple other things like that. We do definitely want some kato, so I think the thing that we should do next is we're going to end up doing another cut session. Not to cut everything, but to settle up on, like, we're going to pull stuff out of the bin, out of the Kato bin, and cut its canvas and make sure that with that we have matching interiors and pocket sets is the big one. And then we've got a whole bin of like small box bags here that we can finish. I know I said that I was going to prep for April right now. Right now I can only focus in on January. And I do, because the other part of this is it's like the Dundurn and the Aberdeen and the Cambridge all kind of came out of left field towards like Knit City. And so I think we should focus in on some of those because they've all sold. So like, I definitely want some of them ready for both these events as well. And I think we should probably get another 4 or 5 of these stitch and go cases done because I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it's something that like fits into what I make typically. I don't think it stressed my systems too much and like my skill levels too much. Is there like it came together well enough. I'm not too mad at the binding or anything like that. So that's it too. I think we're good. So I know we've written down so many different like, oh God, this is what we're going to do things, but I think we'll finalize it this week and do the cutting this week for like everything I want to make for the 31st. And then we'll go in from there and then we'll deal with stock or lack thereof for April when I get home. Yay. Okay, I am going to trim everything down here. So everything's aligned. Because otherwise the binding really does not work. She's cute, y'all. It's super cute. Okay. Kim of Ginger Snap that was saying it's like, I keep posting these makes and she's like, oh my God, we keep buying the same patterns. I'm like, yep. This one has so much binding. I hate binding. Well, it actually did come together quite clean, all things considered, considering how much I dislike working with binding. I'll take it. Hi, Flynn. What's up? What you doing? Okay, there we go. I think we're good. So that's, oh my goodness, that's super cute. As much as I'm bitching about it. Okay. Okay, replace the case exterior piece right side up. Fold your elastic hat in half and put it approximately that far down. Okay. Oh, he's like Flynn's trying to like get into the freaking window. Okay. Okay, so it's going like right here. Yeah, so what are we doing? We're doing cake cozies. We're doing Kato. We're going to do Cambridge. Aberdeen, which is basically the Dundurn but with better handle. Like, they'll have a crossbody option as well as a shoulder strap option. And I will write this down. I should just be recording this into like a note on my phone while I'm talking out loud, but you know. And small box bags. Actually, maybe we'll pull the small box bag tote after this. Because I think there's stuff that just needs to be top stitched, so we could do the top stitching. Okay, assemble. Lay your exterior piece wrong side up and place the interior piece. Hey, and look at that, they match. Fuck yeah. Okay, that's one of the important things. Okay. Based around all of them. Yes, and she's like, increase the stitch length. Yes, for how much we basted this fucking thing, we're going to increase our stitch length for sure this time. Okay. It does look like we've got a little bit of excess, but that's okay. Again, we can always trim down afterwards if we need to. What? Why? You're fine. Okay. Whee. Ooh, okay. It's a little bit not lined up on that corner. Ooh, that's really not lined up on that corner. Okay, so is it, how crooked is it over there? Okay, it does look like we could probably shuffle that up from down there a little bit, although it's not. Oh yeah, nope, that's not cool. Okay. Like a little bit give in it. Yeah, there, I can make it work. Okay, cool. Or maybe not. Damn. Because yeah, if I trim that off, it's going to be very crooked. Okay. Hi, cat. What's up? This is normally where we would put this into time out, but let's try again. Oh my god, I've had a sock saga like this recently too. Worse though. So I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna like wind some mud punch. This is nothing against the yarn. I'm just mentioning this because it's like that nice, vibrant, like self-striping. I've got 3 skeins. I'm gonna knit myself a pair, then I'll knit Dallas a pair, and then I'll knit both the kids a pair because like, hey, there's a matching family socks. Cute, cute. That's always been the plan for this yarn. I was like, so I'm gonna work on mine. Because why not? I finished the heel on another pair of socks. I don't need the needles that were in those anymore, so I'm gonna make mine. Cast on. The needle slips out when we're like, I pulled them out when we were out for drinks with friends in Banff the other day, and the needle had fallen out of stitches. I'm like, ah, damn it. Set it aside because it's like, well, whatever. I'm not gonna cast on while I'm sitting at lunch because it takes different mental energy than just sitting there and knitting. So whatever, I'll finish ripping it out when we get home. So I finished ripping it out, and last night I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna sit down with our treats. was intended to be the last night with our tree. We've decided to leave it up for another week. This doesn't feel quite time to take it down yet. So I was like, okay, I'll sit down and I'll cast on again because Dallas and I are going to sit with the tree and like, yay, tree socks. Started into the increases and then tore the needle out from half the stitches on one sock and like a quarter of the stitches on the other sock. I was just like, all right, whatever, not meant to be. Took them to like for coffee this morning because I was like, fuck yeah, I'll cast on this morning. Okay, there we go, that fixed it. I'm gonna stitch it from this side. Anyway, like, yeah, I'll like cast them on again. Third time's the charm this morning, right? Wrong. I cast them on, did not pull the stitches out. However, I fucking started the stitching with the short end of the yarn. I actually threw it down on my bag, and Dallas is just like, what, did you tear your needle out again? Because he witnessed it last night. And they explained the saga that these socks already were. And I'm like, no. I worked with the fucking short end of the yarn instead of from the working yarn. It's just like, oh my God, these socks are fucking cursed. So, my sock saga apparently is still going to be ongoing. I will eventually cast them on. I want socks for Japan and like book club. I haven't finished. This is the first book that I haven't like finished that also hasn't been an intentional DNF. Usually like I've done the book by now, but oh well. It's not that I'm not enjoying it. I'm just having a hard time getting myself to, fuck me. We're having fun. We're just gonna seam rip that, and I'm not going to go back over to baste it because this is already basted. And there's what, like 6 rows of basting there? Fuck me. Okay, anyway. God. Okay, I'm done with this for now. I'm like, I'm not even on the hardest part yet for me. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I've got another pair cast on, but they're not self-striping yarn. They're not as cute. They'll be cute once they're done, and I'm excited for them. But I want these Mud Punch socks. Like, come on. Okay. All right, it's looking good. It's even, thank God. Now we just have to bind the thing. I'm also going to trim down that edge because that looks like a lot of fabric to have in a binding edge. Anyway, we're reading Fallen Stars by Imani Ederi for book club this month. It's the sequel to Heated Rivalry. That's a completely different series. Heavenly Bodies. What are you doing? You are a cat, we know. What's up? Yes, Mr. Sassy Pants. What's up? You just a sassy pants that's sassy pants? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so anyway, we're reading Heavenly Bodies, or Fallen Stars. We read Heavenly Bodies earlier this year, or like, whatever, within the last like 2 months. So, yeah, anyway, let's get this bound. Okay, with the folder open and the inside up. Dude, what are you doing? Why? Okay, the elastic has to stay out of the way. Cool. So we're supposed to open it up like this, and then we do the double bind, sew it twice thing. So we sew it once, and then we sew it again. Okay. The folder open and the inside up. And she gives information on how to miter press it, miter fold it for the corner, which is nice. God, he's being the best. Okay. Sew the binding down with a generous seam allowance, which should in theory be just by the outside of the fold. Okay, and then stop when you're 1/2 inch from the corner. Okay, so it is to like this side of the fold. Okay. I don't want you that far. We're gonna start you like right here. Okay, you fold in, you don't push out. I need to go get, I was like thinking that I was gonna be able to limp my running shoes through to Osaka, but they've got like a really squishy foam bottom, and I was looking at them the other day and I'm like, oh, you're toast. They're, yeah, no, I'm not going to be able to make them work till then, because there's like, the foam is actually creased. I'm like, okay, yay. And I don't want to injure myself, so I think I'll go shopping for shoes tomorrow. What I want to be spending money on right now? Hell no. Okay. Fold your binding so it's on a... Stop when you're 1/2 inch from the corner. You need like 2 more stitches. There we go. Okay. And then the binding needs to fold up. Oh, wait, what? Fold your binding so it's on a 45-degree angle and finger press. Okay, so it looks like I just... Okay. 45-degree angle. Oh, and then I see. Yep. Then we just do that. Okay. I got it. I got it. It's gonna be cute. Why I have it on this side when I'm pulling from this side, I will never be able to tell you, but there we go, fixed. I don't know if you're actually supposed to trim that every time, but whatever, it's working for me right now. Radios, silence, cause the concentration is high. I don't feel like singing right now, so. Okay, and then she wants it so that when you reach 3 inches, place the end of the binding half an inch over the top of the folded, trim the excess. Okay. Oh, I see. And so that's going to go in here. Okay. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Yay, we did it. We stitched the binding on. Now we have to like get it all the way around and stitch it down again. She's like, stitch it by hand. No, lady. We are not stitching this by hand. It has to be stitched by machine. I am not a hand sewist. I can do like Girl Guide badges. Ooh, yeah, that's the extent of what I do. And even then, we did the Sparks scarf the other day by machine, which was the right decision. Okay, she's cute. I got the mitered corners actually decent, considering that that's my first time doing mitered corners. She's cute. We got it. Next time, I think I will sew just a little bit closer even to that first fold edge, but we're good to go for folding it down here. Okay. I am going to fold it so that... Did I act? Oh my God. She's like, make sure that it stays out of the way. I thought I had. Okay. There we go. Okay, so my big thing is now that that interior stitch line needs to be covered by the binding, of course. So. Looking good so far. Looking good so far. I want to ease up this corner a little bit just so I can get this miter proper. There we go. Do we ever use this many clips for one bag? Never. All the clips. Just throwing shit everywhere. Not in the literal sense, in the figurative sense. Throwing clips everywhere. Yeah, we're going to sew this from the top just because I think I'll be able to get I believe I'll be able to do a nicer finish. Maybe. We'll try. No, don't need to be humming Disney on YouTube. Da-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na. Good. All right, what else do we have? Oh my goodness, this cat wandered over the bobbin thread, of course. It's like, I'm innocent. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. He's like, I'm just dozing here, ma'am. After causing all this destruction. Not quite destruction. I saw it before it caused destruction. Okay, so with this one, the other ones we've been folding down. The other upper one I folded up, so I think we'll try and match that for this. Okay, here we go. Let's stitch. Okay, so where is... Oh God. Okay, nope. A few of these do need to be adjusted so that they catch. They like hide the binding or the basting here. That's close enough. Dallas has finished his run, I am going to finish the binding on this, and then, actually no, our courier just arrived. Okay, bye y'all. I'll chat with you soon.